What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Today, we're going to be talking about Kasplex. Does it really matter? Do KRC-20 really matter for Kaspa in the long term? I'm going to give you my opinion. We talked about this in another video. The short answer is I really don't think so. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm also going to give you maybe 4 or 5 other things that matter a lot more than KRC-20 tokens. So if you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for these things to launch, you're excited about them, I'm going to let you guys know why I'm more excited about some other things. Just quick, before we start off on the video, let's talk about some of the comments, the recent comments that I got in my last video. We got this one from the Arna Baskarkar. So he says, I think you're the only content creator who I know who talks more about Ice River hosting. How has the experience been long term? Can we get the miner from them once the contract is over? So here is my Ice River hosting right here. I have 4 miners hosting with Ice River hosting. I'm adding 2 more KS5Ms. So they're going to be coming probably pretty soon here, actually, within the next few days, I would say. They said mid-July. And I'll say the experience has been really good. Like I said, I've talked about this in a few of my other videos. I've worked with a lot of different companies, and this is one of the best. It's one of the easiest to manage in terms of not having to email them and have them email me back if I need to change some things around. And they actually do a lot of upgrades on the system too from when it first launched quite a while ago. They have the repair ticket up right now, which I actually had to use today. This miner right here, this 4th one, is not doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be at 6 terahash, and for the past couple of weeks, actually, it's been clocking out at about 3.5 terahash. So sending that repair ticket, they're able to do things quickly, fix hash boards, add fans, take the miners out completely, and they'll give you the charge, and they'll charge you right within the system. So everything is really contained in Ice River hosting. So I don't have any issues with them. And to address your last question, yes, you can get your miners back from them. I know of one other person who did this, but you can just go ahead and click down here, contact us, and you'll go through the process emailing back and forth about where they're going to send it and how they're going to send it, and the cost and payment for everything like that if you want to get your miners sent back to you. So yeah, it works really, really nicely. Moving on from that, let's go ahead and talk about, actually, before I want to mention this quickly because I'm probably going to forget later in the video, my KS5M that I ordered from Crypto Mino Bros officially arrived today. I went ahead and immediately sent that out to NetSonic, so that should be up and running in about 2 days. It's going to be my most powerful miner to date. And I also have a KS5 Pro coming, I think Pro Plus, whatever it's called, coming from Bitmain probably sometime mid-August. Maybe we'll talk more about that later. I made a mistake with this one. It cost me about $400, but we'll talk more about that a little bit later. I do want to talk about Kasplex right now, our KRC-20. So this thing launched about a weekish ago, and sort of flopped. The system crashed. A lot of people, things weren't working for a lot of people. People didn't get their tokens. Wallets weren't working. A lot of different issues with Kasplex and KRC-20 tokens. And they have recently said, hey, we're going to relaunch soon. They haven't said when. It could be tomorrow. Could be next week. Could be next month. You don't know. So here's my thought process with this. This is just going to be a short thought process right here. I don't think that KRC-20 tokens matter too much for Kaspa. I hear and see a lot of people talking in the Kaspa Discord and Kaspa communities and Twitter saying that KRC-20 tokens are going to change the game for Kaspa. And I really just don't think that's the case. Some people have these KRC-20 tokens confused with smart contracts coming later in Kaspa. I do think that that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be a catalyst that really moves the price of Kaspa and moves adoption forward. But to be honest, what KRC-20 tokens are, they're the same thing that's on Bitcoin. They're inscriptions on Kaspa. And if you guys take a look, you guys can do your own research on how is BRC-20 tokens doing on Bitcoin right now, and you'll find that the answer is not very good. They're not really doing anything right now in Bitcoin. A lot of people are disappointed. The prices have been going down a lot, and that's kind of what I expected. These are tokens that don't really do anything. And you might say that the one of the biggest benefits for KRC-20 tokens and for Kasplex is bringing adoption. Meme coins are the craze, they're the rage. The top meme coin platforms right now are Solana and maybe Base over there on Ethereum. And yeah, there's a lot of adoption that comes with that. And I will say, yes, you will see a lot of maybe news and buzz once KRC-20 launches and doesn't have any issues with it. We can look back and see some other examples that I've seen with not really with Ethereum. Ethereum was sort of a different case, but the next thing after Ethereum was Binance Smart Chain. And when Binance Smart Chain came out, there were all these farms that came out, and a lot of people were really excited to jump in on these farms. There was a lot of volume. And I think that really is what kickstarted the popularity of BNB, the BNB token, and the Binance Smart Chain. With Kasplex and KRC-20 tokens, we also sort of saw the same thing when it had its botched launch. We had like hundreds of transactions per second, so the network was really, really busy. And if that continued, I think that there would have been a lot of positive buzz, which is what we are looking for. I think that's sort of the best case scenario thing that can come out of KRC-20 tokens. And we saw the same thing happen with a few other things. Solana's recent boom came with meme coins, but that kind of is where it stops right there. All really KRC-20 tokens are going to do is offer sort of the NFT meme coin craze. And we saw that kind of comes and goes. It came and went with BRC-20 tokens, with Bitcoin inscriptions. They made the network go crazy for like a couple days, and people kind of forgot about it after that. And it's still sort of forgotten about. And I think the same sort of scenario is happening with meme coins. With meme coins, you had Dogecoin, super popular, and then people kind of forgot about it. And then you had Shiba Inu, super popular, and then people kind of forgot about it. The volume decreased and everything. And then we had our third, after Shiba Inu, or maybe in between, we had NFTs, super popular, Bored Ape Yacht Club, all these other things. A lot of traction and a lot of interaction in the Ethereum blockchain with NFTs, super popular. And then it kind of got forgotten about. And it's not really, NFTs are they've lost their hype almost entirely now. And the same case I think is going to happen with the current meme coin craze with Dog with Hat and all the other crazy amount. Like, meme coins are at an all-time high in terms of being created, and Solana is definitely the front runner in meme coins, followed by some of these other blockchains too. But I do think that soon enough they're just gonna fizzle out and be forgotten about. So I do think that it will bring attention to Kaspa that we will want to have, and that we'll be happy and welcome into Kaspa. But do I think it's going to be a big deal in the long term? No. And the reason why is what I just said. I think that over time, KRC-20 tokens will simply just be forgotten about. Now, what are some things to actually look forward to for Kaspa if it's not KRC-20 tokens? There's a few things. Number one, the closest thing I think that you can look forward to is just general bull market, right? If Bitcoin goes up, if this German government thing ends, and then we have the actual bull market that a lot of people have been waiting for, I think that that's going to be a huge catalyst for Kaspa and many other cryptocurrencies, as we're seeing use cases and people saying, wow, well, this Kaspa thing is kind of like Bitcoin, and it's a little bit faster, and they got a lot in the pipeline. That's when you're going to hear mainstream people and just people in crypto in general talking about Kaspa a lot more. When you see the bull market and you see a lot of coins just having people, when we have bull markets like that, people look at coins like, what's going to be the next big thing? It happens with every single bull market. And I think Kaspa will be in the conversations, in the talks, once we have all these coins rise up. A lot of people are going to say, is this going to be the next big thing? And we'll see. A lot of times when that happens, the coins pump and they fizzle out after the bear market starts, because they're not the next big thing. Hopefully that doesn't happen with Kaspa. So that's the first thing that I think I'm looking forward to with Kaspa in terms of big time price movement and big time adoption. The second thing that I'm looking forward to, and the second thing that you can probably take a look at, is block size. So over here we can look at the Kaspa blocks. Right now we're running at about 1 block per second. Once Kaspa hits 10 blocks per second, that's when it's going to really make headlines as to, hey, this thing is actually starting to be a little bit better than Bitcoin, and not just be side by side to Bitcoin. That's going to be sort of the one of the first big steps to saying this thing is is a true contender, because you do have a lot of other proof of work coins that do better things than Bitcoin, but they don't have the adoption that Kaspa has. They're not in the same position as Kaspa, and right now Kaspa is positioned to sort of be in that conversation of, this could be the thing that's going to run side by side to Bitcoin, go right behind Bitcoin, surpass it maybe eventually in the future. So those are the conversations I'm looking forward to once we hit 10 blocks per second. And then you have other stuff too, like smart contracts in the long term. That'll be a huge conversation, right? That's going to be what I think a lot of people are mistaking KRC-20 for right now. A lot of people are going to say, wow, smart contracts on Kaspa. I think, honestly, if we do get to that point in a reasonable amount of time while Kaspa stays relevant, that will be one of the biggest things, the biggest conversation points in all of crypto. That's just my opinion right there. All right, so that is pretty much everything for this. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else. We talked a little bit about kind of the meme coin effect. Yeah. And then we can also look at hash rate. Hash rate right now is sitting at about 393 petahash, almost 400. So this thing has risen significantly over the past few days. Our last video we talked about, this was in, let's see if we can go to July. Yeah, the beginning of July, we're at 350. We went up all 50 petahash in a few days, and that's because of what we talked about with Ice River launching their miners and being actually sent out. I got mine today, obviously, and many other people got theirs in the past couple weeks, and Bitmain's launching. Bitmain's coming in the next couple months. Yeah, we're gonna see a huge increase in hash rate. Good news, bad news kind of thing. If you're a miner, not so good news because you're going to be making less. Good news, though, I think, overall, because network security and just people looking at this and taking it seriously is going to be the bigger point in movement of the price, which is going to make it good for everyone, including the miners. So that is everything for today, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments. I'm going to keep trying to keep track of these comments and read them during the videos if they're relevant. And if you want to support me over there on Patreon, shout outs to those of you who do support me. I'm still going to do that whole shout out thing a little bit later. But yeah, head on over to Patreon and consider being a $3 patron there for as long as you like, or for as short as you like. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. I think hopefully soon, maybe my next video, I'm going to be talking about my KS5M and how that's doing in the initial setup phase. And then I'm going to be gone for actually 3 weeks. I'm going on a vacation out of the country. So hopefully I can do some phone uploads there. But if you don't hear from me for 3 weeks after next Friday, it's because I'm out of the country. So more updates on that a little bit later. I'll have some other videos before then. All right, guys, catch you in the next one. Peace out.